Hello again. I'm back working on another quick build. This is an old Gateway G6-350 I picked up from my friend's computer repair shop. It's a little bit yellowed from being in the sunlight. I don't know, I might try that method to whiten it up again, or I might just paint it black. Not sure which way I'm going to go yet. I guess if you guys want to leave some comments on which way you think I should go, I'll add up whatever gets the most votes and just do that. It was pretty dirty, so I ran it through the dishwasher and it whited out the Pentium 2 sticker, but that's okay because we're going to be upgrading this to something newer anyway. Here we've got the original Aztec 90 watt ATX power supply. It's kind of a unique form factor. They don't have anything else that fits this, so I don't know if that's going to be enough wattage for what we're doing. We'll find out. Just have a Realtek 8139 10100 Ethernet card, GeForce MX, GeForce 2 MX, 32 megabytes. And this right here is so far my favorite socket 370 motherboard, the AOpen MX34-U. This supports a 133 megahertz frontside bus, and it currently has, I think, a 1.4 gigahertz Pentium 3 in there. I'm not sure. And should be 512 megabytes of RAM. Maybe that's a gig. I don't remember. And then this has the original DVD burner floppy drive, and up here in the top, mounted upside down, is a 10 gig Quantum Fireball hard drive. So just it's kind of a cute looking computer, nice and small, and the Pentium 2 350 it came with isn't really good for anything, so I'm gonna make use of this board after some time of just sitting around and see what I can do with it. This used to be in a PVR computer I built. I had a hardware video encoder card put in it, and it ran, oh geez, I don't even remember what the software was, but it worked really well. Had no performance problems whatsoever, just using it to play back recorded TV. And I actually bought this motherboard on eBay from a guy over in Germany because it was about all I could find at the time, and all of these capacitors along the back side here had bulged, and I think these might have too. So resoldered all those, and it ran rock solid for several years before Comcast discontinued analog cable TV, and I couldn't use it anymore. So let me go ahead and slap this thing together and see if it works. Get you the best angle I can here. We've got these plastic things that the slot 1 bracket screwed into. I think they're going to get in the way, so let's try and get those out real quick. Actually really easy. Just can't really get you guys a good angle for this. That should work. Fits right in there like a glove. Dang it. when I forgot to mention, another reason this is my favorite socket 370 board is the BIOS on here has a 48-bit LBA addressing for the hard drive, which means basically you can use the largest hard drive they ever made for the IDE interface, which is 750 gigabytes. The biggest drive I had on here was just a 250 and it worked great. And I've got to get a new screwdriver. I'm tired of dropping screws everywhere. Whoops. Got quite a bit of dirt built up on the back side of this, so just use some Windex and a paper towel real quick and clean that off of there. Nasty. Alright, so the board's in. Let's get the video card. Network card. And alright, go ahead and run some cables here. I'm going to use a new 80 conductor cable for the hard drive. Use the original cable for the CD drive. I always struggle with this cable management on these flat wires, trying to figure out which way to fold them around to get them to tuck in out of the way. Ain't the greatest, but Should get the job done. And floppy cable. Just going to assume that's correct. Alright, power supply. And a couple screws for these expansion cards. I think I've got some right next to me here. Should do nicely. I think that's the connector for the fan in the power supply. I don't know. Not quite sure if I even have a place to plug that guy in. I do not. I just had a fan cable extension. Let me see if I can find that. Well, rather than an extension, I'm just going to use this adapter. Theoretically, that'll work without causing any smoke. Quite the mess of wires here. Power connector lines up absolutely perfect right here. Camera moved over a little bit. The rest of these wires kind of have a muscle memory and go exactly where they were used to be. Move that ribbon cable for a minute. Oh, now I can't get it to go back in. Oh, there it goes. Alright. Last piece is this. We've got some extra connectors up in here somewhere. Just like that. As for this thing, again, it's proprietary gateway. Not even gonna hook that up right now. I'll just get the power switch hooked in and go from there. Bought a StarTech front panel connection kit. Has all these different kind of cables. This one's power. There's one for reset. You've got your power LED, reset LED, and all that other crap. And I just kicked a hard drive. I'm gonna have to read the manual for where this plugs in, so I'll be back. Alright, figured out where to plug in the power switch. That's in, so that's the last connector. I'll go ahead and hook this thing up, see if it works, and figure out what to do with it after that. I had XP on it when it was a PVR, and for a Pentium 3 it ran that extremely well, so probably just going to try that again and go from there. Okay, so as soon as I plugged this thing in, it turned on and started beeping violently at me. Not sure what's going on because this thing worked before. I pulled the motherboard out of the other chassis. Try and turn it on again so you can see that. And it's got a bad fan somewhere. Might be a memory issue, I'm not sure yet. Let's set it on its side and see what we get. I just reseated the RAM. Let's try it again. Got some wires trying to get stuck in the CPU fan, so I'll clear those out of the way. But yeah, it does work. Just some bad RAM, or poorly seated RAM, I should say. Windows 98 on the hard drive. Oh, it's just DOS. That's right. Before I brought this home, I formatted the hard drive, so there's nothing on here. Yeah, I think I'm going to load Windows XP on it and play around for a little bit. So let's go in the BIOS and check out how fast this processor is. Maybe frequency. So it's a 1.13 gigahertz. pretty fast. Got Ultra DMA support, which I'm not sure if those fireballs support. Built-in audio works fine. We're using AGP. Got your Sound Blaster emulation. This delay transaction is required for PCI 2.1 specification, I believe. Read caching sounds good, we'll try it. I'm pretty sure a GeForce 2 is going to support one-way state read and write. Might as well try turbo timings. Don't really need us ECC checking. Don't need the processor number. Don't care for my boot logos, I'd rather see everything happening. CMOS battery still works, that's helpful. Oh, 512 mega RAM. So if I'm going to put XP on here, I better bump that up a little bit. I think I've got enough to do that. Nice and chilly on the CPU temperature. Voltages look pretty stable. 12 volts a little bit low, but not really enough to cause concern. Already looked at that. Alright. Well, there you have it, another functional, I don't know what you call this, retrofit, custom build. Thanks for watching, got more coming.